Hi everyone! Just before we jump into the episode, I wanted to let you know about my brand new course at Education Business Club. So it's all about coming up with your big idea for your education business. And I wrote this course because I see that one of the biggest barriers to getting a business going successfully is being really clear on your idea. So who is it that you're serving? What is the problem that you're solving? Why is it a good idea? And knowing whether or not you'll want to stick with the idea long term. So in the course, I teach the 18 reasons why your business ideas will work and won't work, and the 6 key ingredients that you need to make sure that you have a viable idea. You're going to come away from the course being really clear on your new education business idea, whether that's you starting a business for the first time, maybe you're adding another income stream into your existing business, or even maybe you just want to sense check what you've done so far if you've been in business for a few years. It's not a long, onerous course. I didn't want to do that to you, but it will provide you with lots of action-focused information that you can just start acting on straight away. You can find the course at educationbusinessclub.co.uk/training. Thank you so much for listening to that, and here is today's episode. This is the Education Business Podcast for consultants and business owners providing services in schools. I'm Claire Riley, and I'll be sharing how to start, grow and scale your education business. So today's episode is all about your big idea for your education business. Now, I call it your big idea because as entrepreneurs, and you can be an entrepreneur without having a business yet, but as entrepreneurs, we are ideas people. We get ideas all the time. And those ideas don't just help us start our businesses, but they help us to grow our businesses as well. But your big idea is the idea that will start your business in the first place, or it will add a major income stream to your business. You could even view that new income stream as a new business altogether. For example, I know that a lot of tutors are now looking to set up an online educational resource offering like Classroom Secrets, and I would set that up as a different business rather than lumping it all together. Now, it's worth me mentioning actually at this point that I have had a fair number of teachers and tutors show me an interest that they would like to know how to build a resources website like we did at Classroom Secrets. So Ed and I are actually working on a new training course to show you how to start your own educational resources business. So watch this space if that interests you. It's coming in the new academic year. And talking of training courses, over the past few months, you'll have seen that Ed and I have been working on the training that we're providing at Education Business Club. Nearly said Classroom Secrets then. We've been working on the training that we've been providing at Education Business Club. And we've got a number of courses available now, just for you to help you to start, grow and scale your education business. And you can browse through the training that we've got available at educationbusinessclub.co.uk/training, just to see if there's anything that tickles your fancy. And if you know that we could teach you something based on our experience that you need to know, then just drop us a message on Instagram and we'll see what we can do, because we're always looking for how we can build now this training offering that we're obviously very qualified to teach you. So this episode is a final episode where I'm celebrating teachers turned entrepreneurs. And today we're going to be finding out how big ideas came about. And we all want those big ideas that just seem to click into place. And it's always really inspiring to hear how it happened for other people. So let's hear from a few of my teacher entrepreneur friends about how they got their big idea for their education businesses.
Hi, I'm Gemma Drinkle, founder of Headsteer.
Hi, I'm Mark Warner, founder of Teaching Ideas and Teaching Packs.
The idea for my education business came about after I retrained to become a coach, and now being an educational wellbeing coach, it's really important to me that teachers have that support, and having someone outside of the classroom, outside of their school.
The idea for my website came about when, in 1998, I spotted a technology magazine in a shop. The cover said, "Build your own website." So I bought the magazine, created the Teaching Ideas website, and 24 years later, it's still online, helping millions of teachers every year.
So I've recently shared how the idea for Classroom Secrets came about. So I'm not going to talk about that today. Today I'm going to talk top line about what you need for your big idea for your education business. And if this is helpful to you and you do want to know more, then I do teach the details in the training course, Your Big Idea for Your Education Business. So just so you know, that's where you're headed if this is really interesting to you. Now, if you're an ideas person, you'll have loads of ideas for businesses, but maybe they just don't go anywhere. You might even start them, but realise not too far down the line that it's just not a goer. And there can be a vast array of reasons why this happens. You see, for you to find the right idea that will work, you need to understand the 18 reasons why your business idea will and won't work. And when you understand those reasons, that's when you can put any new ideas that you get to the test and move them through the reasons, a bit like an assessment, to be honest. And the great thing is about it is that as you take your idea through the test, trying to find out if it's your big idea or not, you can make tweaks to it so that it does pass the test in most cases. So let me give you an example then. One of the reasons that your business idea will work is if you niche properly. So if you work out how you're going to provide your product or service uniquely compared to other businesses in the space. But if my idea was that I wanted to create a digital times table game so that children could compete with each other, then I'd have to be really clear on how my offering would give customers something different or something more compared to what was already out there. And if I wasn't clear on what this could be, I could go back to the drawing board then and build on my original idea and work out how I could improve my idea so that it would serve customers in a particular way and ultimately pass the reasons a business idea will and won't work test. So another example then, I would absolutely love there to be a meal prep service near me that serves high protein, low carb, child friendly food in glass containers. I would just totally buy into that service because it ticks the boxes that I care about. Now, I could set that up myself. I'm actually a really good cook, if I do say so myself, but I don't have the passion to work at that idea because I can't see me putting my all into that for the next 10 years. So that idea, I'm just going to leave on the shelf for someone else to bring into my life. And so that's one of the reasons your business idea won't work. Not being able to see yourself doing something long term. So what I find is that many of us have great ideas, but we get scared at the first hurdle, or it seems too hard. And instead of pushing through to mold our idea into the perfect idea, we just leave it on the shelf, half sculpted, and we just give up or we run away. But that molding doesn't take long, and it's not a lot of work either. It just takes a bit of time and thinking it through, putting it through the test, and making some changes. So next we're going to talk about longevity of your idea. But before we do that, let's hear from some other education entrepreneurs, some of whom you might know, and find out how they came up with their big ideas for their education businesses.
Hi, I'm Jenny, co-founder of Alfresco Learning.
Hello, I'm Eileen Adamson, founder of Your Money Sorted.
The idea for our education business came about after lots of conversations in the staff car park, usually until we get chucked out, dreaming of doing something for children based in nature. This went on for months, until one day, over a coffee, it was a bit of an impulse decision to put our ideas into action and start an outdoor learning business right there and then.
The idea for my education business came about because I realised that other teachers were struggling with money. They were struggling with work-life balance and they wanted to retire early. I knew that I could share what I'd learned to help them to gain the time, the freedom and the flexibility to live a life they love.
So in my last example, I talked about wanting a food prep service, but knowing that I don't have the drive to stick at that idea long term. So how do you know that you do have the drive for it? And I think it's a number of things working together for good. And here are just two of them. So firstly, I look for the idea coming back to me. I'm somebody who captures every idea meticulously, and I don't like them to fly away. But the best ideas do keep popping back into my mind over and over. Now, obviously, my mind thinks that they're a good idea, but in terms of longevity, I feel that it shows me that I've got a true interest in the idea because it keeps coming back to me. It's clearly something that I'm really invested in. And secondly, I look for the barriers as well. How many are there? And for those that are there, how easy are they to remove? What is it that's holding me back? Is it a deep-rooted mindset problem that's going to take me time and money to work on? Or is it just confidence and having the right skills? Or is it finances? And the reason I look for barriers when it comes to longevity is that it's really easy to just start something, especially if you're entrepreneurially minded, because I really am that way. I'll just start something without thinking it through sometimes. But then I fall at the first hurdle when it gets a bit hard. And we do this because we don't really understand the size of the hurdle. Perhaps the hurdles were too big in the first place, and so it wasn't the perfect idea for us. Or maybe we're just giving them more of our worry than we really need to. Maybe they're a lot smaller than we actually think, and we just need to think it through. So knowing that you love your idea so much that you can see yourself doing it for years and years to come is super important. So if you make your idea into a business without being clear on this, it can really break it instead of make it. So I feel like I needed to cover that, but now we've ended on a little bit of doom and gloom. So let's find out why more of my teacher entrepreneur friends decided to start their businesses as well.
Hello, I am Sunita Bagri and I am founder of the Every Teacher Matters project.
Hi, I'm Parita Patel, founder of Leap Educate.
The idea for my education business came about after I had myself experienced ill treatment, bullying and burnout due to this. I, in my time over the past 20 years, had witnessed far too many good people go far too early. I wanted to stand up for myself, but I also wanted to continue having wide-reaching impact in the education world. So the Every Teacher Matters project was born, later and more recently forming an alliance with Teachwell Toolkit.
And the idea for my education business, Leap Educate, came about actually from one of my own children having a barrier to learning and not being able to identify it for quite some time. So that's one of the things that we carry across into Leap Educate. We continue to deliver personalised learning strategies and a growth mindset approach with all our students in various capacities in order for them to be the best learners possible.
And just as a reminder before you go, that you can learn more about coming up with your next big idea at educationbusinessclub.co.uk/training with my big idea training, and it will help you get really clear on your next education business idea. Thank you for listening to the Education Business Podcast. To get more information to grow your business, sign up at educationbusinessclub.co.uk.